Can you believe it's been 127 years since the beginning of stop motion?
We're going to have to fact check that, but luckily, our stop motion expert Frankie will be telling us the legacy of the horror of the stop motion style.
Take it away.
Stop motion has terrorized many people for years, regardless of what the main storyline is. Seeing inanimate objects move just like humans can give viewers an uncanny feeling. We can trace stop motion all the way back to 1907 in the US with the short film The Haunted Hotel, directed by J. Stuart Blackton, made with only paper cutouts. Blackton is considered to be the inventor of stop motion, with the earliest of his films being lost due to time. Although the title The Haunted Hotel does sound like a horror movie, it actually is just household items preparing a meal. During stop motion's infancy, it told stories of fantastical adventures. As time went on, it found its footing in the horror genre. It utilizes the uncanny feeling to its advantage and uses it to create otherworldly scenes. One of the first, if not the first, to incorporate both genres was King Kong 1933, a true classic. What would become common practice in the stop motion genre, much of the scenes involving King Kong terrorizing the city are actually handcrafted miniature versions of the actual set, including King Kong himself. King Kong stood at a whopping 18 inches, although some of the scenes, which included real-life actors, had giant set pieces that made the actors look teeny tiny. This film helped to develop what we would know to be basic special effects techniques. Many of the films that came after it would be animal monster movies, such as The Mighty Joe Young and The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Most of the stop-motion horror films that were made after these films included a cast of real-life actors. The first movie that included an on-screen cast full of just animated characters comes all the way back from the now-dissolved Czechoslovakia, called Krabat, The Sorcerer's Apprentice by Karl Zeman, made in 1978. This film is an adaptation of a fairy tale by the same name. It follows a beggar boy who becomes an apprentice to a sorcerer, and the boy ends up working in the mill. In the mill, we learn that there's a large number of boys also working there. During all of the hard labor the children do, the sorcerer learns black magic. There is a love plot that I won't talk about because it gives away the whole plot. Now, if we want to take it back all the way to more modern times, we can look at the Henry Selick. He is responsible for most of the notable stop-motion films we know and love today, such as my personal favorite, Coraline, and James and the Giant Peach. Initially, Selick began working with Disney in the animation department making short films. Disney is where he made one of the most notable and iconic stop-motion horror films, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Although it is debatable whether the film is horror, it has ghosts, ghouls, and skeletons. So let's say it's just horror. It is from this point forward where we would see stop-motion films that exclusively have a fully animated cast. Selick created worlds that we thought were only part of our imagination and brought them to life. Although some of those films made children cry at the theater, it was prevalent that the images on screen were not only beautiful, but extremely impressive, considering they were all made from scratch. Since this point, the stop-motion horror genre had fully developed its look. It uses sculptures and cutouts to make unreal imagery that continued to terrify the new generation of movie watchers, but it also shows how stop-motion animation films impact and help develop the world of special effects in the film industry. And that's all from me, sneak peekers. Stay tuned for Franchise Doctors Horror Edition after this commercial break.